So at the moment, at this stage of this debate competition, there is a rebuttal phase. In this phase, I'd like to invite for the motion's team leader, Raskin Shohan.
Thank you, Honorable Moderator, for giving me the floor again. The opponent had made some great points again, but with again, see loopholes. Through our speech, we have showed all the flaws that the benefits that are being mentioned by the opponents have. But my esteemed opponents failed to tell any pure benefits that do not have any flaws while using social media. Therefore, I ask again, what are we missing out when we are not using social media? If we don't use social media, what are we missing out on? If we weigh the benefits and harms of social media, the harmful effects seem to be heavier. As the third speaker mentioned of my opponent team, sure, users are to be blamed for using social media. Users are choosing to use it. So why should we make the situation worse by handing over the phone to the parents, to the children? If we are able to maybe solve the situation a little bit better, maybe 20% better, maybe 50% better, by stopping the usage of social media for 24 hours every day, then maybe we can help solve the issue. It's not a sustainable solution to only blame the users, to only blame the children. Instead, we should help counsel the parents, we should help counsel the students, but at the same time limit the usage of social media. You also asked, what was the purpose of social media? The purpose was money. The purpose was not to make social. While the social media companies demand to bring the world closer, to make this world a global village, at the same time, I mentioned it earlier, but again, at the same time, it's pushing away our own family that is living in the next room. We are not getting out of the room to talk to them. Instead, we are focusing on, as the third speaker mentioned, in being in video calls with our opponents. Thank you.
I'd like to invite the other team against the motion, the team leader, Cadet Tazria, to talk about the topic against the motions.
So, firstly, I'd like to thank my opponent for agreeing with me. Now, the opponent, when you asked me about when was the last time I walked out of the room to see how my parents are doing, I'd like to inform you that I live in Cadet College and not with my parents, and social media is the thing that connects me with my parents, learned opponents. You say that it's the parents' fault for not monitoring their children, but according to UNFPA, 60% of parents monitor their children. And third speaker, you tried to say that. Why are we giving the phones to the children? Why are you giving the phones to the children, my learned opponent? Why exactly are you? Social media is not saying, come and use me. It's not pointing the gun at you and telling, use me. Not, right? And the first speaker, you tried to say that social media is an anti-social platform. I hope my first speaker has already cleared out your confusion. And you have already confined the definition. My first speaker has already cleared it out. And second speaker, you tried to say that it is confining us into a virtual world, but it's not actually. In 1997, the first social media platform was born, and it was created for 15 to 20 years old children to connect themselves. And third speaker said it was an illusion of connection, and to that I say the balls and the 6 degrees was created in 1997 exactly to help the young children connect and socialize. And the third speaker, yes, you asked me about what am I going to doing about the notifications that keep coming over and over again. Then turn off the notifications. Turn it off. Why aren't you turning off the notifications? I want to ask you, my learned opponents. So, tell me one thing in this world that doesn't have any flaw. You asked me, right? Social media has the flaws, and you also agreed with me that it also has some positive aspects. So tell me one thing in this world that doesn't have any flaw, and stop focusing on the negative sides of social media and trying to amplify your voices on the wrong sides. With this, I'd like to conclude my speech, Honorable Moderator. Thank you, everyone.